party people. Hello, it is Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here tonight actually. Hopefully the lighting in this video goes okay because it's nighttime. I'm here with Project 2. So Project 2 is more button bracelets. Okay, we were in a bracelet mood. It's fine. We have our October versus our November. We're going head to head again. So we are going to see how that works out. Looking at the design, it's basically the same design as the last video, just we're gonna add in a few little extra little razzle dazzles, if you will. So yeah, here's what we're working with. Let's get down to the mat, get this party started. All right, guys, here we are on the mat. Take a look at our business here. This is October. Get the tools out. Hello, we need tools. Houston. Okay, so these are our, are these the rainbow, Jasper? I believe so. Ooh. And we've got a few of these little pumpkin guys. And some leather. Some bead caps. And I have chosen this button. Now, this button is from my stash. It is a shank button, just like the other ones that we've done. This one's a little bit different than the other one we used, but it is bronze. My bronze buttons are slightly limited, I'll give you that. Now, here is the November beads. We have that dyed tiger's eye and a few matte red. And this little wreath link. And I think I did want to add a holly to this one as well. Did I put them back in the drawer? Oh, yeah, I did. Because I had painted up all my hollies. All my little holly leaves. So we did that in the last video. So there we go. We're obviously not going to use all of them, but we have some if we need them. Okay. The races. So I'm going to pick up November here because we're going to start out with October. First things first, as they say. And yeah, let's take a look at this. We're going to need a little bit of beading work. Now, I did hear you guys, your guys' comments saying you felt this leather was a little bit too large. So I think I'm going to do a little something different with the leather this time. But let's see, we need some beading wire. I'm going to use, again, with the metallics, Soft Flex Medium in antique brass. Sorry, yeah, antique brass. Okay, I'm going to use this guy. We're going to get a little smidge of that. Oh, you two. The kittens are down here. If you hear some kittens, don't worry. That's just kitten business happening. Everybody's always got business to attend to. Use my size 2 crimp tubes. Oh my. Oh, something has raccoon tail. Look out, everybody. Silly. All right, here's our design. So this is basically the same as the last, little different design with a little extra bits and a larger ring over here. Kind of basically the same situation, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. Get some bronze ovals out here. And we are going to need, I think I had this problem last time. I don't think I had like a thicker round for Bunsen for the leather end. Oh yeah, it's very talkative today. All right, so I'm going to use these size 8 I'm going to use the size 8 oval jump ring. And I'm going to put my button on. And this is the same procedure we did last time. If you missed that video, then I'll walk you through it here. But we did just do some button bracelets on the last video. I love button bracelets. I don't know if you know this. So put that on my shank button. And then I'm just going to string through here. Oh, yes, sir, we know. I'm not sure what the trouble is, but apparently it's something serious. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to crimp this. And we're just going to make sure nothing's twisted up. There we go. Crimp looks good. And we're ready for the beading portion. Now, well, maybe I'll deal with this when I get to the other end. I do think I want to put a smaller jump ring on this pine cone. Here we go. There you go. I'm going to need those. So on my pine cone, I'm just going to, sorry, I feel like I'm really a little bit off kilter here. Something's happening. Want to be zoomed in, but not too zoomed in. You know, the things. Still getting used to this upstairs beading desk, but I think it's going okay. So I'm just going to put a little jump ring on my pine cone here. So he is ready to rock. And we're going to go ahead and string. Now, I think I'm going to try to cap these pumpkins, or whatever they are. They look like pumpkins to me. They look cute capped. Hold on, let's see. There we go. Yeah, it looks cute. Okay, I'll see you. We're gonna put my pine cone in here. There's no rhyme or reason to this. There's no rhyme or reason to my pattern here. You can do whatever you want. You can also make this as large as you would like. You can make it as small as you would like. Up to you. No rules. I think I'm going to use that one with the little dot in it. Oh, this is my little pattern. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee. So I'm not going to have a large ring down here. I'm going to use just this oval. But I do want to still utilize this leather. So what I'm going to do is take this leather and I'm going to get a little snippet. Let's have a little. Bunsen, are you okay? I'm going to snip it. And then I'm going to take my little hole punch. This is a 1.5 millimeter hole punch. And I'm just going to pop a hole in the top here. Bunsen says he does not know if he is for nighttime beading. Because you are messing up my routine and you're in my chair. And Rob, ma'am. So I'm just going to come in here then with my 6 millimeter spool jump ring. And then what I'm going to do, oh, okay, where's my glue? I'm just going to take a little dab of Loctite, and I'm just going to put that right under, just a smidge, just right underneath the jump ring. And then I'm just going to fold them over. If you have some paint markers or some oil paint markers or some patina paints, you could always do a little polka dots on here, some little stripes, or make a little design if you want to on your leather. It's up to you. I'm going to leave mine plain just because I like it with this situation. Now I'm just going to, oh, I gotta have my, I'm just going to give this a crimp. A little more. I left myself kind of a small tail here, so I gotta be careful. So, and then my grip. That's good, because when it's over, when it's folded over like it's gonna be, it's not gonna be too tight. It might be a itchy bit loose, but I can fix that. Okay, so now I'm gonna my other little plankton ready to go here. So I'm gonna put him on here. If I do that, he's not gonna hang the way I want. Cute. All right, and then I need a larger jump ring, another 8. So these are 6s, but I'm using these 8s kind of for the end, just because they're a little thicker. Safety first, you know. An attachment here. And we're going to go with the round leather. Now, I'm going with the round leather because a lot of people in the last video said they really preferred the round leather over the flat leather, which, I mean, to each their own. I mean, the round leather is a lot easier to work with. I'll give you that much for free. So I'm still using this. This is a 1.5 round. It is from Leather Cord USA. I got it at TF. Okay, it's going to get a little snippet of that. And we're going to go in here. This is the same one I used on the last guy, the last round of stuff. Okay. I'm just going to do an overhand knot right here. If you know some fancy knot you want to put right here, by all means, do that. Now, keep in mind that when we're pulling this, we're not like trying to really jerk on these jump rings and stuff. We're just, getting the leather straightened out. Leather is pretty malleable, so you can kind of get it to do what you want a little bit. And when it warms up, it is going to loosen up. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And then you have to make sure that your button is going to fit through there comfortably. You don't want it to be so tight because when you go to put it on, you won't be able to get it on. Okay. So if you need to double check it, you can move that down a little bit. And we should be good. I'm sure you guys can see, maybe you can. This leather I'm using, it is kind of a two-tone leather. It's like a brown and a red situation on one roll, but I thought it was fine for the Jaspers. All right, now we put this guy in there. And we give this little trim up. And there we are. Well, here's the deal. I don't know. Let me look at my drawer. I don't know how in love with this color I am versus this one. So, but here we are. This one's large. This is 7.5. Okay, 7.5. There you go. Now, if you wanted yours to be smaller, again, what you would do is you would make the beading portion a little bit smaller, or you can always do sizing on your leather portion. You can always do 2, and then if someone with a bigger wrist wants to use the 2, they can. If they don't, you can snip that off and have 1. So that's up to you. I will say this red brown with this is giving me a little bit of a wig out, but here we are. Also, this might be a little long. Maybe that's part of it. Let's give it a trim. There we go. I'm not mad at it. Okay, so that's going to be our October bracelet. And we are now going to move into November. So I'm going to put this one over here. And we're going to grab this one. This one is silver. And we are going to need a different color finding, and we're going to need different color wire. Okay, no problem. Oh, someone's calling me. Hold on. So if you need to double check it, you can move it down a little bit, and we should be good. I'm sure you guys can see, maybe you can. This leather I'm using, it is kind of a two-tone leather. It's like a brown and a red situation on one roll, but I thought it was fine for the Jaspers. All right, and then we put this guy in there. And we give this little trim up. And there we are. Well, here's the deal. I don't know. Let me look at my drawer. I don't know how in love with this color I am versus this one. So, but, but here we are. This one's large. This is 7.5. Okay, 7.5. There you go. Now, if you wanted yours to be smaller, again, what you would do is you would make the beading portion a little bit smaller, or you can always do sizing on your leather portion. You can always do 2, and then if someone with a bigger wrist wants to use the 2, they can. If they don't, you can snip that off and have 1. So that's up to you. I will say this red brown with this is giving me a little bit of a wig out, but here we are. Also, this might be a little long. Maybe that's part of it. Let's give it a trim. There we go. I'm not mad at it. Okay, so that's going to be our October bracelet. And we are now going to move into November. So I'm going to put this one over here. And we're going to grab this one. This one is silver. And we are going to need a different color finding. And we're going to need different color wire. Okay, no problem. Oh, someone's calling me. Hold on. Hey guys, here we are. We're back. I had to take a little phone call, but we're in it. Have a little sip of my coffee. So for this one, I am going to use, I don't know if this is the same button I used last time. It looks like it might be. But this one's kind of giving Christmassy vibes since there's not a whole lot of different like beads and definition and stuff on this bracelet. I think I am going to use this. I was going to use this shank, this like Celtic-y one, but I think I'm going to go with it. All right, so same process. We are going to get the ovals out here. Oh, those aren't ovals. Those are round. There we go. Oops. So I really like to make these. I'm sorry if you guys are like, why are we making 4 of the same bracelet that we just made? I like to make button bracelets. I think they're fun. Because it's a little something different, you know. It's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I'm digging it. Always been pretty fun. Because you can kind of spice it up, and based on whatever materials you have, it could be a little bit, you know, kind of make it a little bit different. So, my large oval on there, the 8, same as last time. And dun, 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 dun. Speaking of making this one different, I think I am going to make this one different. Put that on there. Whoa, I've got an excessive amount of wire. I'm going to do a double strand on this one. The reason being, this button compared to these little beads are kind of out of proportion here. In addition to that, I have this larger ring we decided to add, this wreath. So I am going to do a double strand on this one. And so I'm just going to hook this one up over here. You know, you can just make them any kind of way you want. Which is fun, and I like it. Fun, and I like it. You guys, I don't know if you, for the members, I know you members saw my behind the scenes video. And if you're not a member, you didn't get to see, but you will see on December 2nd, because we're going to have a big check glass bead sale. But I'm excited to make some button bracelets out of those new check glass I got. Let me tell you that for free. All right. Now, I gotta get my little hollies ready to rock. I think I might space these hollies out a little bit. That could be fun. Might be too many. We'll find out. I'm gonna put some jumpers on there and we'll be ready to rock. Ready to rock. I'm using 6s, 6 ovals for this. I do like to use ovals for my charms because they give them more of a drop situation versus if you use a round jump ring. These are my opinions allegedly. But that is my go on it. It helps it to hang and dangle a little better than if you were to use a round. Sometimes you need to use a round based on what you're going to stick it between, but for the most part, I find that the little ovals are quite good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick a top string and a bottom string. So I'm going to take this one as the top and this one as bottom. The bottom is where I'm going to put all of the hollies so that when you're wearing it, it dangles, you know, the way it's supposed to. but it won't quite matter, I don't think. Oh yeah, I got some bead caps here. Okay. I'm gonna do a little red. Red. There's no rhyme or reason again to this whole situation. This is do what you want situation over here. And do a little color blocking. See how spaced out they are. They're not spaced out enough, I'll tell you that much. So we're gonna do 3. Let's see, how many of these red ones do I have? Nope. We're gonna do 2. We're gonna do 2, 2. Okay, we're gonna try this. Situation. Now, I'm not in love with this. Come on, camera. I'm not in love with that. Let me see if I got any of these. Oh, yeah. I got some extras in the extra bag here. Let me get those out. These are ones that we did not use on the last bracelet that we made. So I do have a few extras. Let me get them out here. All right. I didn't know color blocking was going to be part of this situation, but here we are. Here we are. Okay, so we're going to do 3. 3. It's pretty cute. That's kind of a lot of hollies, but I kind of dig it. I'm not even going to lie. Now, we are going to have this extra piece, which is quite larger, along with the leather connected to it, right? So I think I am going to put one more holly on, which gives us 6 hollies. If 6 hollies is too many for you, that's fine. You put on as many hollies as you feel are necessary. That's my holly advice for the year. Okay, so 3. 2 over here. Okay, and then this is going to connect here, like that. We're going to do the top one. Where's my... Okay, I don't have a bead stopper over here for some reason. But, okay, that's fine. Now this one, there's a bug. Get out of here, bug. Now this one is Winter's on the case. She said, I seen it, Mom. I'm gonna get it. Now, I don't like the way that those little bead caps were working out for us. So I may have to add a little spacer of some sorts. Spacers in here. Okay, 1 second. Found the sparkly ones. It's like 6s. Make that hit right where the holly hit, though? Is that a good idea? Maybe it is. Let's see. These might not be. Oh, it's because I got two first. Two first. Okay. I was like, this is not one of these things, and not like the other. I'm not mad at it because it kind of, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm not usually a pattern girl, but hey, when in Rome at Christmas. See, in my head, it's like, oh, it'll make it look like the hollies are kind of dangling with the shiny bits. Kind of cute. All right, so if you're new around here, just so you know, we are using, in essence, the same designs. We'll say this one is a little bit different, but it had to be based on size. But yeah, we're basically making October's beads versus November's beads and just changing the design up, but using the same design as the October. So it's been quite fun, actually. I kind of enjoy it. In my head, I'm like, should we? Is this like, do we get a month off and then just do double up on a video? I don't know. Okay, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I do one more. Now, I don't think that these are the same size. These beads. I think they said they were, but I don't think they are. But maybe it's because I don't got everything pushed down. Let's see. No, they're not. And these spacers are wider, so it's pushing the beads out a little bit. So that's fine. I just got to make sure that I'm cutting it off here at the end so that they are the same, around about the same length. Yeah. So I think what I'll do here, this one is a little bit more, it's just like a smidge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that bead with a spacer. I know if you're a pattern person, that might totally freak you out. Don't worry. We're going to be fine. I just want it to be a little bit. That didn't actually work. That did not work. I think I got to go with the green. That's better. Not perfect, but it's better. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think what I'll do is I'm just going to do these together. Yeah, can hear Bobson crying. I'm going to do these together. I was going to use a seed bead to bring them together, but I don't think I will. I think I might use one of these spacers and sparkly bead for funsies. Yeah. All right. So we got to make sure everybody's pulled up here in the right area. And I'm going to crimp it. Now, I am going to crimp. Let me see if this is going to fit on our, over this wreath. I may have to use a round of some sort. Let's see. Do you fit on? Oh, it could fit on. Okay. That's not horrible. It's not horrible. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use the 8mm oval there. Need some crimp tubes. Make sure everybody's pulled up into place. Ooh, I wonder if I'm going to need a way with this too. Maybe. I might have to use a 3. I'm going to run that back through there. I'm going to get it where I want it. I'm going to pull these individually. Now, this is not something normally I would do, but we don't want any wonky woo wire hanging out the side over here. So, pretty good out of 10. We're going to crimp it. We're going to make sure it's not all twisted up. Ooh, slides over that bead. Does that matter to me? No, doesn't matter to me. Okay. If it matters to you, put a bead cover on it. Okay, now there is going to be a little bit of string here, which I knew that going in, I guess, but I'm not too terribly worried. If you were really worried about it, what I suggest is you can take a silver bead cover. And you could put silver bead cover on here. I lost that part because when my bead went up over that, I don't mind that actually. I think I'm just going to put a silver bead cover on this one. You could put it here, but that might make it too tight. I am a little scared of that. So I'm just going to put it here. If that bothers you, that's fine. You don't have to do it. I'm going to do it just because I'd rather see that than a string. It's Gigi Lemon Squeezy. I'm going to use one of these Beadalon guys. These are from Beadalon. They're tiny. I'm just going to put it over the top of this string. Just the one. Just the one piece of string. Yep. Oh, don't squish it. Oh, I just remembered I gotta make Shannon a Christmas necklace. Shannon asked me to make her a Christmas. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. That's just one. If it bugs you, don't do it. It's up to you. Okay, here we go. I do love this. This is quite nice. All right, now to the leather portion. Again with the 1.5. You guys should be master leather button maker, bracelet makers by the time we're done here. We've made so much. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. I like them. They're fun. Now we got this guy. This is technically the bottom. And we want to make him fit in there. Overhand knot. Give that a little stretch. Sometimes when you're using these funky buttons, you gotta give a little stretch, right? So don't get crazy. Oh yeah, that's cute. All right, let's see. Five we got. Everybody participating the way they're supposed to be. Okay, so we're at 7. Mm, 7 1/4. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways. So I was going to say, this was, and I did show this in the last video, you can, if you use a long enough leather piece, you can, especially if you're selling, you can do a double, which makes this now adjustable sizing, right? You're going to do a double up on here, bring that off. So they could have 7 1/4, or this is probably 8 1/4. It usually is like an inch more or so. 8 1/2. 8 1/2. Okay. And then they didn't want the 8 1/2 because like maybe you made a really small one like the first one I made and it fit like a size 6 wrist and then this was like a 7. Okay. If you didn't want that, a couple of things you can do, and you can tell your people this. So you tell them, okay, you put the first one on there. You can wrap the second one around as a lock. All right. Like this. And then normally when I do those with the lock, I'll have some bits hanging down, like some beads on here or something, so it looks like, you know, it's supposed to have that. And that's what it looks like with the lock. Or you can just cut it off. Okay, like you can ask them to put it on, see which one feels better. And then they're like, oh, the first one. And you're like, okay, let me just cut that at an angle for you. Now you ain't even got to worry about that. You know what I mean? There you go. All right. So here we are with November. Am I going to put anything? No. I'm not going to put anything on the wreath. I feel like all this little bits over here are too cute to be messing around with it. I really do like those little sparkly roundels in there. I think they're cute. Another option for us would be, if you didn't want to do this one bead over here, you could do seed beads. You could, like, before you put on the big one, see, this went over, and that's how I got into this situation. Otherwise, it would have been fine. But if you want to, you could come up here, do one seed bead, and then go into the rondelle, and then into this, so it's going to look like it's coming together more as a Y, and that's going to probably be better for the situation. But here we are. I like this one, but I also really like this one. The only thing I don't like about this one is this color that I chose to use for the this color, which I honestly I might have to change it because it's going to bother me. Because I got more red on this one. As you can see, this one is more brown, and that's just based on, you know, where we're at in the spool. So that does throw me off a little bit. If it was just brown like this one is, that would be great. I'm probably going to have to change it. But here we are. So we have October. I love those beads. I love the jasper. I even love this little tiny little floofy we made. That's cute. And then we have November. Now I do love November because, oh, backwards. Because of all the hollies. I do like the little hollies. The hollies are cute. We did go double strand on this one. So, try to show you so you can see. It's like problematic. There we go. So we have October versus November. Both are cute in their own way. Don't judge it on this leather piece. Pretend that's brown. Let me know down in the comments which you like better, October or November. And let me know your thoughts, these versus the last two that we did. You know. So here we go. We got rocking and rolling. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please make sure to let me know in the comments. Do a like, do all the things, ring the bell, subscribe. It's always helpful. And I'm going to start working on project number 3. I've already recorded the intro for it. These are knotted necklaces, so this is going to take a little bit of time. I've got 2 to do. The first one is jasper, and the second one is the moss agate. I want to say moss agate. I love knotting. I think these are going to be super cute, but they do take time. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing tomorrow. But that's what we have for project 3. And we still have, I think, 3 other projects to compare and contrast. So there we go. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful, spectacular, amazing evening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.